So the ingredients in these granola bars are pretty simple. 2 cups of nuts or seeds, whatever you'd like. I used almonds, pecans, and pumpkin seeds. A half a cup of nut flour or flour of your choice. I used almond flour or almond meal, which are essentially the same, but you can use oat flour or hazelnut flour. Do not use coconut flour in this recipe because you would use less and they'll make the bars dry. A half a cup of unsweetened shredded coconut, and 1 cup of dried fruit of your choice. I have half apple juice sweetened craisins and half raisins. And then a half a cup of nut butter of your choice. You could use peanut butter. My son has nut allergies, peanut allergies, so we have to use almond butter. You could also use sunflower seed butter. And then a tablespoon of vanilla and a half a cup of coconut oil, which is solid at room temperature. So when these bars go in the fridge, these are no bake bars. When the bars go in the fridge, then they will congeal at a cooler temperature and you'll be able to eat them. So the first step is to roast the nuts, and you can do this in an oven. It was 80 degrees today in our house, so I chose just to put them in a dry pan on the stove for about 5 to 10 minutes and just kind of saute them a little bit and roast the flavor a little bit. That will also dry them out a little bit, so when we puree them in the smoothie maker or in the blender, they'll be easier to grind into a coarse meal. The next step is to take the nuts and seeds that you roasted and pulse them in a blender or a mini grinder like we have here. Oh, and you want to give it a couple pulses? Good job. So it ends up being kind of this coarse nut meal. You want to add that to your existing nut flour of choice. And then you should be able to just kind of mix that around together. This will all be dumped into one bowl at some point. And then the next step is to microwave, maybe again for maybe 20 to 30 seconds. We didn't have to do it long today because, like I said, it was 80 degrees in our house. The almond butter and the coconut oil. Sydney, do you want to whisk those together so they're mixed? Yeah. And just mix them together. And then you'll basically be dumping all of this into a mixing bowl, and it's that easy. You want to dump this in here? This is an egg-free recipe for anybody who has egg allergies as well, which is nice. This recipe also calls for honey, which I omitted. We're trying to cut back on sugar in our house. You can use it if you want. I think there's plenty of sweetness with some of the other ingredients. It also calls for a little bit of salt. We use Himalayan pink salt because it has some really good trace minerals for your body. So, I mean, maybe not even a 1/4 teaspoon. I just sprinkle a little bit in there. I don't measure a lot, so. All right, and then Sydney's going to dump in the almond butter and coconut oil together. Go ahead. Get all of them in there. Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so then we'll dump the coconut in.
Okay.
Craisins and raisins. There we go. Sydney, you want to give all that a stir?
Mm-hmm.
We have mixed and combined all the ingredients in the bowl. Dump it in, you could do an 8 by 8 pan or so. I just using a pie plate because that's what I have. You can press it in. These will slice like pizza slices probably.
Okay. Looks like a pie.
Yep. So you can just do that. If it's a little sticky with the spoon, the coconut oil should help you spread it, but you can always put your hand in a plastic bag and then kind of push it down that way. Sometimes I spray the plastic bag with a little bit of coconut oil. And then these are no bake, so you just throw them in your fridge for an hour, and then you can cut them as you need them, or usually what I do is cut them the next day and put them in individual foil packages like this, and you're done. That's it. You can cut them whatever shape or size you want. You guys want to try them?
Yeah, sure.
The last batch I put chocolate chips in. That should make everything better.
Mmm.
Are they good?
Mmm. They're really
Good?
good.
All right, now give them to me. Just kidding.